As the federal government steps in to protect all deposits at the California-based Silicon Valley Bank, state lawmakers also praising the move and urging Californians not to panic because of what happened with that bank. Thanks for joining us for Fox 40 News at 5:30. I'm Eric Harriman. Nikki has the night off. Fox 40 Capitol reporter Eitan Wallace brings us reaction from the state capitol today.
Well, the reaction here is one of cautious optimism as lawmakers and economists alike say they are closely monitoring the situation. As the world reacts to the collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, elected representatives across federal and state governments are urging calm.
At this critical moment, it is about ensuring that people have confidence in the financial system, in our banking system, and that is very, very key.
Monique Limon is the chair of the California State Senate Banking and Financial Institutions Committee. She says she's been following the Silicon Valley Bank situation very carefully. What was the 16th largest bank in the U.S. collapsed last week due to a bank run. That is when lack of confidence leads customers to panic and attempt to get their money out all at once. That in turn forces the bank to use up all of its cash reserves and eventually run out of money, resulting in a complete bank failure. Limon points out a huge percentage of this bank's customers were tech startups and employers based right here in the Golden State.
Without the bank being able to have the funds for all of these employers, it meant that a lot of workers could go without a paycheck or even be laid off.
And that's why she joined with Senate President pro tempore Tony Atkins and the Senate Democratic Caucus to send this letter to the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation, or FDIC, over the weekend, urging the feds to guarantee in full all Silicon Valley Bank deposits, including those in excess of $250,000. Significant because that is the max amount insured by the federal government. Sure enough, on Sunday, the Biden administration announced it would do just that without a cost to taxpayers, arguing this is not a bank bailout.
Your deposits will be there when you need them. Americans can rest assured that our banking system is safe.
Governor Newsom responded, saying the Biden administration's actions have calmed nerves and had profoundly positive impacts on California. What is your message to Californians?
I think that for the most part, I will say nobody really needs to panic.
David Acomazzo is a professor of finance at the Pepperdine University Graciado Business School.
I think that the actions of the Fed and the Treasuries were spot on. They avoided most likely any following panic, and at the same time, they have not fueled any moral hazards like we might have done perhaps in 2008.
And Senator Limon tells me looking ahead, there will certainly be conversations across government to address how to prevent this situation from happening again. Reporting at the state capitol, covering local news that matters, Eitan Wallace, Fox 40 News.